Yes, you heard that correctly. I finally said I love you to my mother. And you might be like, that's the most like basic thing that a son says to his mother, but for me this was a massive, massive, big deal. You wanna know what happened? So yesterday I was reading this book called The Mountain Is You. Beautiful book, okay? By Brianna Wiest, or I don't know how to say her last name, okay? And in that book she was talking about trauma, and the way to pretty much get rid of trauma or to process trauma, because all trauma is, by the way, is just unprocessed emotions. So imagine you have an emotional effect on you, something happens to you, right? But you don't process it. So you don't cry, you don't you don't process the emotion. It just kind of gets stuck in you. Like let's just say the example that I learned, uh, which is like imagine you're walking, right? And you see like a dead body on the ground. Like for some of us, that's gonna be like, what the frick? Like that's a big emotional load. You just randomly saw a dead body on the freaking ground, right? And you're supposed to feel the fear. You're supposed to feel like, okay, like your heart's beating fast and stuff like that. You're supposed to feel that because then your body's processing it. But if you don't, bro, then you're gonna end up like Jeffrey Dahmer or something, because you didn't process the emotion, right? So like the trauma stays in you, and then because you have that trauma, then you use coping mechanisms. Then you avoid it. You know what I'm trying to say? So it kind of just sticks in you. It stays in you. That's why a lot of like serial killers and these people, not just serial killers by the way, a lot of people, they like they just use and have so many weird coping mechanisms just because the trauma exists within them. And the book was saying that when you want to process the trauma, you have to, again, do it right away. Like, not just right away, but you have to go towards what you're trying to avoid. That's what trauma is, and that's how you process trauma. So I was reading that, and I'm just like, well, there's this one freaking thing that I'm always avoiding. I always avoid it, which is sending appreciation to my parents, right? I don't know why, for some reason, like, I've never been like a kid who did that, and that sounds really bad, but we've never been a family who just like said that to each other, if that makes sense. Like, we never did that to each other. It's never been something that we said verbally. It's always been like doing something for people, like my parents would be working and they'd be making food for us and stuff like that. Or, we would help them, and so it's always been more of an action based thing, but never verbally. But then I'm realizing, bro, like I'm turning older. I'm 21 years old. I'm turning 22 this year. They're getting older. My mom's right now on the other side of the world. She's just visiting back home actually. I don't know, bro. Like, do I just live life with like without appreciating them? I mean, like, they're getting older and older and older. That day's gonna come. I'm sorry to get all sobby on you, but that day's gonna come, bro. That day's gonna come when they leave or when I leave, like whatever it is. So like, do you really want to wait for that day and then you're gonna go ahead and now say sorry? Well, it's too late, right? Not to mention I'm learning about my religion more. I'm learning about who God is, like getting to know Him. I'm a Muslim, right? And I learned that sometimes God takes away people in your life just so that you can really understand like the appreciation towards them. Then you can be like, okay, wow, like now I miss them. And these are my parents. These are not like my family friends or something I'm talking about. These are my parents. So I realized, bro, I read that page. I'm like, F this. I'm gonna do it. So I sent a voice note, I go on WhatsApp. I sent a voice note to my mother, bro. And the moment I was about to send that voice note, bro, like my body was tensing up. Literally, my body was tense. I get it. I get it. For some people, this is like, what the frick? Just say it. But I know. But for me, it's different, right? My body was tensing up. My body was like, but don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Like everything was, but that's normal. And you know what? That's how you actually process the emotion. My body was tensing up. It was getting this. It was getting this. Sit through it. Sit through it. Sit through it. You have to push past it. You have to get through it. So I did it. So I did it. And boom, I'm fine. I know, praise be to God, I'm fine. I'm chilling. And I'm sure she's fine. There we go. Now, a lot of, the big chunk, a big percentage of that fear went away. My brain always associated, saying these things like I love you and I appreciate, like, this stuff. It always associated it with like death. Genuinely. My brain thought, oh, if you're nice to people, or if you do something nice for people, or if you send appreciation for people, then that's like the last message you're gonna send or something. It's something freaking retarded, because there's literally millions and millions of individuals that do that every single day to their parents, to other people, whatever. So clearly that's not like, that was a false belief that my brain had. But it was from some level of trauma or something. It was there, and I had to push through it. Here is what I need you to understand though. The lesson from this video that I need you to understand, that I want you to learn, is that there is something that you're going through right now that you're using as a coping mechanism, whether that's video games, pornography, junk food, whatever that is. And there's something right now that you need to feel the freaking emotions. I'm telling you right now, from the bottom of my freaking heart, the cure to your pornography emotion, the pornography addiction, is understanding that you are using pornography as the coping mechanism in order to escape feeling what you need to feel. I know as men and whatever, we think, oh, trauma, this, trauma. Like, genuinely, no, everyone has it, because we're all emotional beings. This is why maybe you always jerk your little dingling off, bro. Maybe this is why. Maybe this is why sometimes you're sat there in the corner of your room freaking crying because you can't quit this habit despite being over 20 years old. Why it keeps haunting you back. I'm telling you, I know how that feels, bro. Once I realized that I was using other such habits, maybe like pornography, to mask up something that I needed to feel. Once I realized that I was using such and such habit for comfort. I was using it for comfort. I was using it so I can like freaking cuddle up into a ball, so that I can run away from the stresses of the world. That was all I was using it for, because that's what my younger self used to do back in the day. Back when I was 12, 13, 14. That's what I used to do. That used to be my comfort zone. You know why? I don't know. Maybe I don't know why. But I think some of it because, most of the time I was home alone, right? My parents were out working. So if my parents were out working, I would be home alone with my laptop in my room at the age of 13, 14. Maybe that's why my younger self used it. I can't figure out the exact reason why. All I know is that my younger self used it for comfort. That's all I used it for. And so I did it years and years and years and years and years. All of those, crying, getting desperate, not figuring out why. And now I freaking realized it was just comfort. And that was all it was. And so when you get those urges, right? That's your golden point. That's your golden ticket, bro. That's when you have to stand up for yourself and understand that my brain right now, all it wants is comfort, or it wants this, or it wants love, or it wants to, whatever it is. And you have to teach your brain, mold your brain, and make it understand that no, brain, younger self, this is not how you get comfort. Not by using Pornhub.com. That's not how you get comfortable, or you teach us something else. Like, that's not how you get affection or love or whatever it is. I'm telling you right now, although lust is very hard for men, it's typically controllable, and that typically pornography is used for bigger reasons than just lust. I'm not saying lust is not easy, bro. Lust is freaking difficult. It's a test from God, but it's more controllable because pornography is taking something bigger than, and you might not be watching pornography. You could be watching something else. You could be eating junk food. You could be whatever it is. I'm just using porn as an example because 1 in 3 men in the US freaking do it. Can you understand that? 1 in 3 men. If you're walking in New York City, do the freaking math. You don't even have to do the math. 1 in 3 men is doing it. So it's a big issue. Obviously, it's the biggest, in my opinion, one of the biggest issues. So this is what I want to say, is that same emotion that you're experiencing, that you're trying to run away from. You know what I learned from this book, and you know what I did yesterday? I had to push past it. And this is the differentiator between people who end up making it and people who end up don't. Imagine yourself right now. You have a bridge to cross. You're crossing a freaking bridge. And it's a wobbly bridge, and it's a very unsafe bridge. This bridge is not the safest, as that's what it seems like. The destination that you have to get to is on the other side of the bridge. Imagine you're with a group of people, and you have to cross it. The people who end up making it to the other side of the bridge are the ones who crossed it, right? They took the initiative. They decided, you know what, I have to do this. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be painful, but I'm gonna walk past the other side of the bridge. And they did it. Majority of them passed. They went past it. But it's the couple. It's a few people that are still standing in the back, fearful, scared. Oh man, I don't know if I could do this. Man, this is so difficult, man. Oh my God, oh my God. And then they just don't end up doing it and they end up staying with the habit for the rest of their lives. The only cure, that's what I found for this. There's no work around this. You can try everything. You can try this habit. You can try this tactic. You can try whatever tactic a book or a video is telling you. Like, oh, when you get an urge, do push ups. Whatever those tactics are, then the main thing that it all goes down to, the derivative, it all derives down to one thing, and that is you have to experience those emotions and you have to cross the bridge no matter how wobbly it feels. When the urge comes, just know that the urge is it's just a bridge and you just have to pass through it. And the only people who end up making it past the other side, and speaking from experience, are the ones who just end up walking it. They end up walking it. If they fall back down, they get up again, but they end up walking it. It all comes down to action. You can watch all the videos about any habit you want, but when you get that urge, it's up to you now. You're the player in the court. Knowledge that isn't used, it's worthless. You can have all the knowledge in the world. You could have read all the books in the world, but if you haven't applied it, then that's the thing. That's what's causing me, a lot of us, like for example, me yesterday, to just stay stuck coping. So I thought I'll just share this with you guys. I mean, I did something pretty big yesterday, in my opinion. One of the biggest things, honestly. I started the year off pretty right. I'm not gonna lie. All praise be to God, bro. Wallahi, all praise be to God. Alhamdulillah. And I just want to say, like, everything seems fine now. You know, everything's so better. Like, nothing happened really. Just a big fear that my mind was making up. But honestly, yeah, I'm grateful, bro. This is great. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Hopefully, you're happy for me. And let me know if you need help with anything. Comment down below. I can definitely try helping you guys. And let me know what you're feeling. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if I said something that actually brought something out of you, like an emotion or a feeling or something that you had a realization, a light bulb moment. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your opinions. And yeah, boys, I just realized, bro, this video, this channel is about me documenting my journey, sharing the lessons along the way that definitely helped me, and giving people the value that they need. You know, at the end of the day, my success comes down to how much I'm valuable to people, and hopefully I'm valuable to you, and hopefully I can relate. So yeah, thank you so much for boys for watching this channel. I'm gonna try to keep as real as possible. Other than that, if you're new, consider subscribing. Follow my journey to becoming the most capable self, bro. I can't wait to get more jacked than this. I can't wait to become a better man for my parents and, you know, better looking and whatever. Not just that, bro, but someone who did something with his life and someone who lived with purpose. If you want to follow that journey, feel free to. And I love you boys so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Assalamu alaikum.